All right. Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin on a macro scale. We're also going to take a look at Ethereum struggling to break above 2K and all that good stuff. We're also going to take a look at BNB on a macro scale and what type of price action we could anticipate over the next like a few weeks or even few months, right? Going forward into the bear market and all that good stuff, right? So if you're new to our content, don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group, link in the description. You can also join the Discord public group or the premium group, link in the description and all that good stuff, right? So let's dive into the analysis regarding BTC. We're gonna start off on the high time frame, right? We're gonna start off on our 3 weeks basis, right? As you know, if you've been following us, if you've been following us long enough, you know we've been waiting for the 3 weeks to 1-1 EMA to support the price, right? Right now, it's been quite tough for the bears, for the bulls actually, right? Bears, they are basically attacking the 30K support, and bulls are looking to give us a potential breakout on a 3-day basis, right? We're going to take a look at the 3-day basis also, right? So as you can see right now, we're not breaking our 3 weeks to 1-1 EMA right here, and if we break it once again, we know exactly what we're going to be looking for. We're going to basically switch to the higher time frame, the monthly time frame. The monthly 1-1 EMA right now at 26,491. We've been waiting for it forever. We know exactly what we're doing on the high time frame, right? So just have to be patient regarding the price action and all that good stuff, right? So next support to the downside, it is going to be the monthly 1-1 EMA. Can we break below it? Yes, it could break below it, but once again, I said it multiple times regarding the 3 weeks to 1-1 EMA. As you can see right here, I was like, even if we break below it, we're not gonna basically be trading below the 3 weeks to 1-1 EMA for long. Okay, so over the last 2 months, okay, since like May 7th, we've been above the 3 weeks to 1-1 EMA. So we could face a similar challenge. Actually, bears could face a similar challenge, just about like a 25K average, right? Just above the just below the 3 weeks, the monthly 1-1 EMA, right? So let's go ahead. All right, so if you're new to our content, guys, don't forget to hit the likes if you enjoy the content. We got 12 watching and 1 likes. Come on guys, give it some likes, right? So now let's go ahead and dive into the weekly basis, right? So the weekly basis, I haven't been talking about the weekly 1-1 EMA forever, right? If you guys remember the weekly 1-1 EMA last year, when most bears / bulls, right, after they missed the pump, what they were saying was like, oh, we're gonna be dropping back down to the weekly 1-1 EMA at 13K. And even when we were right here, most bulls been saying, oh, we're gonna drop down to the weekly 1-1 EMA and we're gonna pump it upside. I was like, guys, let's not try to play that game, okay? Because we might not even get a support at the weekly 1-1, and we just don't know how fast the weekly 1-1 EMA right going to be moving. And exactly weekly 1-1 EMA pump all the way up above like a 45K. So bulls did not want to buy at 19K, 17K. They were waiting for the weekly 1-1, but the weekly 1-1 was moving so fast, it ended up basically pushing all the way up to like a 46K. So they never got the chance to buy the dips, okay? So now what we're looking at right now is like, if we get any pump to the upside, we know exactly our weekly 1-1 EMA over the next like a few weeks and so on going to be our major resistance. Okay, it is right now, it is at 39,822. However, it is going to be moving. Okay, it's not going to be constant. It could be doing something like that, right? We just don't know. But over the next like a few weeks, if we get this move, we know exactly what we're going to be looking for. Just about the weekly 1-1 EMA right here. Okay, so now let's dive into the low degree. So when we take a look at BTC on a 6-hour basis, if you guys remember our last analysis, when BTC was right here, just about like 32.4, right? What I was saying was like, I don't think, okay, it is a good idea to basically pay attention to the hourly basis that time, right? Because the hourly basis was giving us a nice bullish divergence, but I was like, okay, hourly is not strong enough right now to basically give us a strong bullish reversal. We could just look for maybe 3 to 5% move and all that good stuff. And I was like, okay, if we pump back up, you could be looking for your 6 hour 100 EMA or your 1 hour, your 6 hour 21 EMA or your 1 hour 100 EMA. And take a look at it right here. We got rejected right at the 6 hour 21 EMA slash 1 hour 100 EMA exactly. So yes, the 1 hour bullish divergence did play out, but as I said, right, it is not something like you want to be looking for a like a 40% pump and all that good stuff, right? So you could just get like a short-term rally back up to the 100 EMA, 5% pump, and that's it. Okay, now we are dumping back down. But the good news is, like, we making, bulls are trying to create another bullish divergence right here, right? It is looking clean, right? Once we break above the 21 EMA right here, we could be looking for another challenge up to basically 33, right? So keep that in mind. So that way, we basically gonna be looking for the flat correction right here, okay? Because one of the reasons why I'm looking for this move is like most alt right now, they retested they 0.618 pullback. So most likely they're gonna try to pump 5 to 10% and all that good stuff. So if BTC decides to give us a short-term pump, like 5 to let's say 4 to 6% move, most likely alt could be pumping like 8 to 10%, give or take, right? Something like that. So keep an eye on BTC. Resistance going to be just about like a 33, give or take, right? So nice bullish divergence again right here, right there. Yeah, so but once again, it is not a reversal divergence. I keep saying it, I said it multiple times. Sometimes these divergence, they just giving you a short-term pullback. Okay, so for instance right here, let's take a look at it. We're gonna take a look at it on Ethereum, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum. So if you take a look at Ethereum right here, right there, right? So we did create a nice bullish divergence, right? But what happened was, like, it was just a three-way move. Okay, so sometimes these divergences, you just have to be very cautious to understand if right, market wants to give you a reversal or market just giving you a short-term correction. You got another divergence right here, right there, right here, right there, right? We had a nice three-way move. We did took the short right there exactly at 28.50. That's why we got out at Ethereum at 28.50, 27.50 at the very top. Right now we're trading below like a 19.50. Okay, so created another one right here. I was like, don't long it right there because it is a double top, double bottom. We're likely to get another move to the downside, right? So if you take a look at Ethereum right now, we could even get the same exact move right here, right? We could get this move. Okay, it might not retest the absolute low right here. I mean, this local low right there, it might not retest it, but we could retest the top right here, just about like a 20.50, right? 20.25 to a 20.50 range. Okay, and if that's the case, we could be looking for the next leg down, right there. Okay, so talking about the next leg down for Ethereum, let's take a look at it on the higher time frame, right? So Ethereum on the higher time frame, what we're looking at is like, we're going to be looking for our monthly 21 EMA and weekly 100 EMA, give or take, right? So the weekly 100 EMA, it is right now at 1110, give or take, right? And the monthly 21 EMA, it is just about like a 1200. But as I said, okay, most of the time people are going to be trying to front run the price, right? And going to be looking for a to enter much earlier, because sometimes price action might not hit your exact target you're looking for. So I would say like a 1350, 1330 range and down to the monthly 21 EMA going to be a good level to look for a potential strong support for Ethereum. Okay, so Ethereum, it is still bearish, as we said on the weekly basis. Right after we broke below the weekly 21 EMA, we said let's just be cautious, right? Because MACD right here is negative. Okay, even if we get another pump to the upside, it could just be a short-term fake out, right? And we could be dipping all the way down to the weekly 100 EMA. We got the weekly 50 EMA just about like 15, 1650. So we could get a short-term support right there, but the bigger support going to be right here. Okay, the bigger support going to be right here. We could get a short-term support at 1550, 1600 range, right, before the next leg down. Okay, so, and another thing also we could keep an eye on for Ethereum is like if we pay attention to our Ether USDT Poloniex. Got you. Okay, 15 minutes just broke out. Nice breakout. Okay, so a nice bullish divergence right there. Right, got this move, a breakout to the upside. So it could just be a short-term three-way move. Okay, like that. Okay, so but let's take a look at it on a high time frame, right? So Ether monthly doesn't look good at all. Okay, so if we take a look at Ether on a higher time frame, right, you can see like if we do a swing low to swing high, right now we at just about like 236. Okay, above 236 Fibonacci, based on the swing low, $80, right, up to basically 43.50, give or take, right? So next Fibonacci support is really just about like $1,000. Okay, so something to keep in mind, even though we're looking for the monthly 21ema, bulls gotta be ready for the dip all the way down to $1,000 just in case, right? We do retest the 382 Fibonacci, right? So another way of doing it is like you could basically look for the let's say the move from the September 1st right here, just about like $300 up to a $4,300 range, and you could be looking for a 50% pullback, which is going to be exactly at our monthly 21ema. So, but it is subjective, right? Either way you do it, either way you want to do it, right? We could be looking for an average buy just about like a 1200, right? 1000 to 1350, give or take, right? But I would say like a start buying, bulls most likely going to start buying just about like a 1300, right? And because both setups are pretty valid, right? You could be looking for this move to be a 1, 2, 3, and potentially 4 and 5. Okay, that's possible, but we will take a look at it once we hit like the monthly 21ema. I'm expecting another pullback if we get a strong support right here. I'm expecting another pullback just like what we had right here. Okay, got a nice bump from 350 all the way up to like a 845. Okay, so it was a nice move, right? Over 140% nearly. So now let's move on to a BNB on a macro scale. So when we take a look at BNB on a macro scale, BNB doesn't drop during the last two bear markets, right? BNB didn't drop more than 85%. So something like to trying to keep an eye on is like even though we could be in a bear market, but we might not see BNB to drop more than 85%. Okay, could it drop lower? Yes, but all I'm saying is according to the previous bear market right here back in 2018, when we picked at just about $26, we dipped all the way down to like $4. Okay, we dropped nearly 84%, right? And we picked right back up, pump to like 37, right? And dump right back down right here, another 84%, right? Dump all the way down to $6, right? So if like we're gonna be expecting a pullback from BNB, regardless of price action, regardless of our EMAs, right? We could just say, okay, we could potentially see a, you know, BNB to drop more than 80%, right? And if we're just going to be looking for 84% going to be right around like 382 pullback, and it is at $100, give or take, okay, 113 to be exact, right? 113 to be exact. So something to keep in mind over the next like a few months. I'm not saying we're going to drop down to like a 113 in July or even in August, but all I'm saying is during the bear market, right, we could potentially, all right, see BNB to retest the 382 pullback at 114, 113 range over the next like a few months, right? Something to basically keep in mind, right? Our monthly 200-EMA, it is at 166, so it is a good level to look for a temporary support, especially if Ethereum going to retest like you know, 1200, 1100 range. We could see potentially BNB to retest like a 166 if we're going to be in a bear market once again, right? Because it is still holding very strong versus BTC. Let's take a look at versus BTC. It is not dropping at all. Okay, so it is making it very tough for the bears to get a strong dump, right? Because it is holding very strong versus BTC. Versus BTC, we could be looking for a monthly 21-EMA also, just about like a 0.0047. So if and only if we can basically pull back, okay, which is a nice 50% pullback versus BTC, right? But versus BTC, once again, it is starting to look bullish again. So let's see if it can break above all-time high as of now, right? So let's take a look at it on a 6 hour. So 6 hours still looking very good, even though we got a short-term bearish divergence as of now. Since like the high time frame is looking very strong, we can just call it a bearish divergence. Yes, it is, right? But we just don't know how high this guy can go. Okay, if like we're gonna retest the top right here, we could get a much higher, you know, prices versus BTC. So something to keep in mind. Just gotta let it cool off over the next like a few days, or just hold it till we get, you know, a potential rejection just about like a 0.011 right here. That's the next level of resistance, right, versus BTC right there. So which is another nice 8 to 10% move, right? So so keep an eye on BNB. Let's take a look at BNB USD again on a low degree, right? On a low degree, we got a potential resistance right here, right there. Okay, that's the short-term resistance at 338, right? And right there. Okay, so that's 50% pullback. 0.786 going to be at 377. So not sure if we're gonna get there, but keep an eye on it just in case we do retest the 0.786, which is, you know, a nice 17% move. It is going to create definitely a bearish divergence right here. Okay, doesn't matter how it looks, it is likely to create one. So definitely a strong resistance going to be at 377. Okay, so keep an eye on it, and over the next like a few days and so on, if we break above like a 338 resistance up to a 377, right? So let's go ahead and review what we talked about during our last live stream, right? Atom, Band, EOS, SNX, you know, TOMO, and all that good stuff, and see what type of price action we could be looking for, right? So now let's go ahead and move right here. All right, so let's start off with Atom, right? So Atom, what we said was like Atom BTC was giving us a nice bearish divergence, right? A beautiful one. So we were pretty confident, right? Atom is likely to give us a nice move. So dump, you know, nearly 15%. Okay, it is just giving us another three-way move right here. That's what we're expecting on BTC, right? So that's a move we already got on Atom right here. if we take a look at it on based on Fibonacci, right, we pull back at 50%. We got a nice 50% pullback. 0.618 going to be at 32,550. Okay, so keep an eye on Atom. If it push, if like bulls push higher, right, they could retest the 39,229 right here up to basically 236 Fibonacci. Okay, before retesting the 0.618, right. Overall, the trend, it is still down as of now, right. So let's take a look at Atom USD. Atom USD, if you take a look at it, we did hit the 50% pullback right here. 0.618 going to be at 994, right? So keep an eye on it. We got our 6-hour 21-EMA just about like 12.19, and the 236 Fibonacci going to be at 12.6. Okay, so 12.1 to 12.6 area going to be the short-term resistance for Atom. If bears are strong enough, we could be looking for the 0.618. Okay, the other potential move is like, as I said regarding SNX, right, it could give us a it could try to create this move. I'm not sure if we're going to be strong enough to get back above $14, but we will see. Short-term resistance once again 12.6, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Band. So Band also gave us a nice move. They all give us the same exact setup. The only one giving us a tough time right now, it is TOMO. We're gonna take a look at TOMO. Sucker TOMO is pumping again, right? So you take a look at Band. Beautiful bearish divergence right there, both on our MACD and our side. We basically called it last time we talk about a Band. We talked about like a 50% pullback to 0.618. It dumped all the way down to 0.618. So I was expecting this move back up. Okay, so let's see over the next like a few days if we could try to retest the 18,955 sats right here. Okay, let's take a look at Band USD. Band USD, if you take a look at it, we did drop all the way down to a 50% pullback. Resistance right now going to be just about like a 5.95. Okay, 6-hour 21-EMA just about like a $6. So keep an eye on 5.9 to a 6.1 range right here for a potential resistance, short-term resistance. We don't want to break it, because if we break it, we could start to create some bullish momentum and all that good stuff, right? 0.618, once again, it is still at right here, just about like a 5.2. 0.786 going to be at 5.7, right? But we just have to take care of business right here. Okay, if we want to be retesting the 0.786 or even down to a 0.888, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at EOS. So EOS also give us a nice bearish divergence, but what we said regarding EOS was like, it was kind of aggressive, okay, because we needed to basically check the bearish divergence on a 2-hour basis, not 6-hour, right? So but it did play out. Now we got another bullish divergence, so that's the good news for the bulls. So keep an eye on EOS, right? EOS BTC and EOS USD, because if we're going to be pulling back up, we could be looking for a potential 50% pullback versus BTC, right here, if and only if, okay, because this move could be just a flat correction. So we just don't know. We're just going to go with the trend as of now, which is a bearish trend, but short term got a bullish setup. If it breaks this level of 11,779, right, sats, we could be looking for the 50% pullback at 12,071. Okay, 50% pullback, okay, which is like 12,000 sats, right? So EOS USD, as you can see right here, I like it. I'm loving it. The reason why I'm loving it is like I'm anticipating the move right here, the flat correction right here. I just showed you the flat correction on Ethereum. Okay, if it plays out, it means that we could get a very strong move to the downside. Okay, if and only if it can play out. Okay, so if it doesn't play out, we could get a short-term bull flag right here, and if that's the case, we could try to take it to the upside again. But as of now, I would, if bears, I would just put a stop loss and not try to basically get it, get involved in a potential reversal, even though we got a potential short-term rally right here, right? Bullish. So, but as I said, once again, it could be just a short-term correction, right? So whenever market drops, right, it tends to basically do something like that, okay? And your indicator is going to tell you, oh, you got a bullish divergence, right? Something like that, okay? Your indicator is gonna, one of your indicators gonna do something like that, and you're gonna be like, oh, we're going to the moon, right? Sucker just creating a double top, double bottom, and your indicator gonna basically get, a strong momentum to give you a nice Reg City move to the downside, right? So keep an eye on EOS USD short-term resistance at 3.8 to a $4 range. If we take a look at it, if we want to take a look at the entire move, we could just say, hey guys, take a look at this, guys, right there. Last time we dumped all the way down to a 0.618 before the move to the upside. We could just be looking for a retest, right, of the 0.888, which is like 3.1, if we get the rejection right here, okay? If the move is strong enough, we could be looking for 1.27 to a 1.41 to the downside, which is right here, almost like a 2.7 to 2.6. But that's going to be a very aggressive move, right? If and only if we can get a nice rejection right here, break below the 3.5, we're gonna be like, okay, let's just target first 3.168 right here, and if we break it, we're gonna be looking for 1.27 to 1.41 Fibonacci extension at 275 and 261 range, okay? So now let's move on to a SNX. SNX looked beautiful, okay? Last time we checked SNX, we said it was one of the most bearish setup. Beautiful 5-wave move, right? Nice divergence right here, wave 3 and wave 5. Spotted it both on the MACD and RSI. But as of now, we got a short-term potential pullback. You could look at it as a hidden bullish divergence right here, but I don't like hidden bullish divergence most of the time, but sometimes we just have to pay attention to them, right? So we got this move right here, okay, right there and right here. So we could get a short-term pullback. So keep an eye on SNX, right? Last time we talked about it was like SNX was just about like 35,000 sats, right? If I remember well, just about 35 to 42,000 sats. And right now it dipped all the way down to like 30,000 sats. And we talk about like the 9.5. If we take a look at it versus USD, what we were saying was like, don't try to be too bearish, because even though you got a 5-wave move, you just don't know if this entire move was your wave 4. It could do something like that, and try to retest the 0.618 at $14. So the best thing to do is just take profit at 9.4 and basically let the market do the work. If we take a look at it on a lower degree, right? Let's take a look at it on the hourly, because on the hourly we do have a nice bullish wedge pattern. That's what I was trying to explain to you guys right here. A beautiful wedge pattern, right? Price action broke above the 21-EMA, so that's very bullish, okay, right there. So I wouldn't be trying to short it right now, so just be cautious trying to short it, because you got a double bullish divergence. I would at least wait for it to retest the 1 hour 100-EMA right there. Resistance going to be just about like a 10.5, 10.8 range right there. So that way we could, say, oh, we're going to get our 3-way move. If the rejection is strong enough, we're going to be looking for lower, okay? Unless it wants to basically do give us a 3-way move higher, okay? Another wave to the upside, but we will take a look at it. Short-term resistance just about like a 10.8, right? 10.5 range, okay? So now let's go ahead and move on to TOMO. TOMO also giving us a very, very, very tough time. Look at TOMO, okay? TOMO 6 hour right here, okay? So what I'm looking for TOMO, the high time frame for TOMO, it looks very bullish, okay? So I switched back to the weekly and monthly. We're gonna take a look at it. It was looking very bullish, but on the hourly and on the 6 hour, we still got a bearish divergence right here. Even though it crossed bullish, right? We will see, okay? That's what I was trying to explain to you guys. I think on Atom or something like that, right? I think BNB, right? So I was saying like we just don't know how high this guy can go, because even though it is a bearish divergence, it can do something like that. Okay, that's possible. So be cautious with TOMO, even though we got a nice bearish divergence on our our side. MACD, it is not ready yet. Okay, it needs to basically it is not completely ready yet. Okay, it needs to basically cross bearish, and price action needs to break below the 6-hour 21 EMA to give us a stronger chance, right? So but most bears are strong. Most bears going to be basically aggressive enough to just short the resistance, right? But if you want to be patient, you can wait for the break below the 21 EMA if we're going to get it in this range, right? If not, the next resistance level going to be at $3, give or take. Okay, 3.1 to $3 range. Okay, so keep an eye on basically TOMO. Okay, TOMO BTC still giving us a nice strong bearish divergence. Right, so let's see if TOMO BTC going to get rejected and retest the 6,000 range, 6,500 range right here. It is likely we're going to see TOMO USD to get rejected and retest the 2.5 and 2.15 range. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Alice starting to create a bearish divergence. But when I take a look at the daily time frame, I don't want to say it is strong, but we just got a strong rejection right here. But let's see if we're going to get another rejection just about like a $8 range. Okay, so if we retest like 50% of the wick right there and get some sort of rejection, we could start to speculate on a 6-hour basis, right? For a potential break, for a potential breakout below the 6-hour 21 right here. Okay, so resistance right now, short-term resistance for Alice, right, just about like a 8 to 8.1. Okay, if the rejection is strong enough, we could be looking for a breakdown to 50% to a 0.618, just like the rest. Okay, right here. So bears got a lot of work to do over the next like a few days and so on regarding at least to break the 6-hour 21. Okay, all right, so now let's go ahead and take a look at GVT for Pablo Crypto. GVT. So GVT, it is still on a downtrend, right? Trying to break out. Could get a short-term resistance up to the 3-day 21 EMA, just about like almost at 9,500, right? Right now we just about like a 7,050, right? 7,400, not 7,050. But we could get a short-term resistance right here, right? So GVT still on a downtrend. MACD could flip positive right here, so but that might not be the the big move we're gonna be looking for. It could be just a potential bullish divergence on our 3-day MACD, and we're gonna be looking for a potential move to the upside if that's the case, right? Something like that, right? Let's take a look at T4. Okay, so this guy, I think, yes, we talked about it last time, right? So last time we talked about this guy, we talked about like resistance right here. Price action was still above the 21 EMA. However, if we break below the 21 EMA on a 3-day basis, it could be dropping low. Okay, and next support level on the macro scale to look for, it is way down here, right? But let's see if bear is gonna be able to break below the 23 cents, right? Because it is still a flat correction as of now. Okay, kind of like a ADA. Okay, kind of look like ADA a little bit. So it could be in this range forever. We just don't know. But once we break below the 3-day 100 EMA, next support price support going to be right here. Okay, it is way down, but we will see. Okay, right here. All right, so 382. Let's not focus on let's not focus on 0.7 yet, right? Let's just focus on 382 right here. Okay, just by like a 12 to 13 cents. All right, first. Okay, and see what type of a pullback we're gonna get once we retest this level. If we're going to be going to the moon, or we're going to be just correcting sideways before making a bigger, a bigger correction, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Solana. So Solana pretty much similar to T4, right? Now, could not break the resistance on a 3-day basis, right? Breaking below the 3-day 21-EMA. I would be looking for the 100-EMA on our 3-day basis right here. Okay, just by like a $17, right? So it got quite a bit, it got a big move right on the way if we're going to be dropping. So keep an eye on Solana. I'm not saying it will drop there right now, but if like we're not going to be breaking our 21-EMA on a 3-day basis, try to retest the $50 range right there. It could be retesting the 3-day 100-EMA. Okay, already broke the support, just moving sideways as of now. Okay, we could get this move. Thanks a lot, Mellow Yellow. Thanks a lot for tuning in. All right, guys, I'm just gonna keep it short. Don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group, link in the description, and be safe out there. Market going to be very volatile over the next like a few weeks and so on. All right, guys, thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot, Links Fin, for tuning in. Gizmo99 in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. MATIC. Let's go ahead and take a look at MATIC. I didn't see that one. So MATIC USDT right here. So MATIC, I was kind of bullish on MATIC right here, but stop loss got hit at 103. Was looking for the move up to basically 135 to 140, but once it hits like a 103, I was like, okay, this guy could be dropping much lower. So I did not try to take any risk below 103. So it dumped all the way down to like 85. That's what I was afraid of, right? So next support to look for MATIC going to be just about like a 74 short term, right? But in terms of Fibonacci, we talked about MATIC long time ago, guys. Remember when we were when I was talking about MATIC was like $2.30, and I was like, guys, we could be retesting the 35 cents. Okay, we could be. I'm not saying we will. However, guys, if we're going to be in a bear market, you gotta be ready. You gotta be ready for these low prices. Okay. Just like back in 2018, most people weren't ready for this crypto to drop like a 99%. Okay, I'm not saying MATIC will drop 99%, but 382 pullback, it is just going to be like a 87%. Okay, even BNB back in 2018 and 2019 dropped 84%. So I don't see why MATIC won't drop 84% if we're going to be in a bear market. So just be patient, right? And let's see if we could get a support right here if and only if bears are strong enough to keep the the price action keep the price action to keep on dipping and all that good stuff, right? However, we could also make a bullish case breaking above the resistance area right here, right, at any given time could send us to the moon, right? So we got this trend line resistance we got to pay attention to, right, and try to look for a potential breakout. So just because we got a downside target doesn't mean price action cannot give us a short-term pullback, just like what happened right here. We got a nice pullback. So if you thought like we're gonna go to $10, bang. Okay, so all right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.